Now, if you look at your eye, you just see the color part. But the most important part of your eye is the white part, not the color part. The color part is for your physicality. The white part is part of your soul. It's where the soul transmutes, where the soul always, irrespective of the color, keeps its communication, its line of opening. We're always looked at the color part of the eye. Our doctors look into it because they are physical doctors. When you dream, you don't go through that channel. When you dream through the white. It's a travel, the space dimension of the soul. This is why when I keep on telling you, you live a two-dimensional life without knowing. The eye of the man looks at the person in front. The soul of the man through the white sees the soul of the person. We have ignored the most important part of our lives. What happened to the blind people? What happened to the people who only have the white? What happened to our children when they are born? Now you understand how much man has ignored the second part of his life all the time. When you close your eyes, when you bring the shutter down, you close the dimension of physicality, not the soul. And this is why sometimes we remember dreams, we see them as visual, because the eyeball has a white with this section, which is a physical part, is part of the same. Some of the fields gets absorbed, touched through it as it goes, and you remember it as a dream. So next time when we ask you to close your eyes, lift the eyeball, that most of the white is in use. And then set the seed in your emotion and the soul that I want to see the mother. I want to see the whole family. My dad, my brothers, half dead, half alive. Some on the moon, some on the earth, some in Africa, some in Asia. Then you understand multiplicity of the power of the use of your soul. Multitasking is not the job of the soul. Always tasking is the job of the soul. This is why you say, I was going and somebody pulled me back. That someone is your soul, which looks through the white. He is aware of what physicality doesn't see, but in openness can interact with your physical dimension and move it back. You do this through the emotion and the soul when you give yourself cancer. No part of the body of the man, not a single hair, is created for no purpose. Your liver absorbs multifaceted dimensions of energies. You call it different proteins and whatever. The eye of the man has a multifaceted operation. The color part, which creates interaction with the physicality, and a white part where is a communication line of your soul. When you die, your eye moves most of the time up to allow the soul to depart. physicality has no more use. Maybe now you understand why we do this. Now you understand why many people in coma move to the same position. Now you understand why a few weeks ago when you joined us in elevating the soul of the children, I taught you how to use the second, because you reached the soul of the children. This is why the babies always look deep. Blinking of the eye is for the physical part. And understanding to register the totality. World of imagination comes into the same way. We stare into the distance because we are our dimension of physicality imagination.